Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. In this video, we will show you the proper way of answering a problem-based question, especially for a non-law student. This video was initiated by our group leader, Izyan Farhana binti Zulkarnain, in order to help non-law students to answer problem-based question in the correct way. Together with her to help those students are Wan Fatimah Hanun binti Wan Muhammad Safirdin, Farhana binti Gazuddin, and also Nurul Akmal bin Roslan. The right way to answer the question is by using ILAC formula. ILAC stands for I for issue, L for law, A for application, and C for conclusion. What is issue? Issue is a legal question which is to be solved in one particular scenario. For example, whether A conduct can consider as a negligence or whether A conduct can consider a breach of contract. So, negligence and breach of contract are examples of legal issue. What is law? Law refers to relevant legal principle which can be found in statutes or case law. For example, in contract law, we can refer to Contract Act 1950, and for negligence, we can refer to the principle laid down in the case of Donoghue against Stevenson. Application is the most important part in answering problem-based questions. What is application? In the application part, the legal principles are used to solve the legal issue raised earlier. For example, based on Section 4 of Contract Act 1950, the conduct of A defer in payment can consider as breach of contract. At the same time, students need to give their justification or reasoning for their answer. Lastly, what is conclusion? A conclusion is a brief summary of the solution given. This is an example of legal scenario. John, a guest at a hotel, falls and sprains his ankle because there is no signage that the floor has just been cleaned and wet. John wished to take legal action against the hotel management. Advise him. So, from this question, the student need to identify the legal issue and also the legal principle or law that applicable in order to advise John. From the question, the relevant legal issue is negligence. To create an issue, students must put the word whether at the beginning of their sentence. The issue for this question is whether John can take legal action against the hotel management for their negligence. Under law discussion, the student need to define what is negligence. At the same time, they need to explain the three elements to prove negligence, which are: first, duty of care; second, breach of duty of care; third, damage or injury. For every element, students need to discuss the definition of those elements, explain the test to determine the element, and also support it with case law. For example, duty of care is a legal duty arising from the relationship between two persons. In order to prove this duty, the relationship between those persons must close and proximity enough. The test that applicable to determine duty of care is neighborhood principle laid down by Lord Atkins in the case of Donoghue against Stevenson. When students refer or support their discussion with any case, the student need to explain the fact of the case and the principle that being let down from the case. So, based on John's situation, students need to explain whether each element of negligence is fulfilled or not under application. Students need to prove each of every element. The first element is duty of care, second element breach of duty of care, and third element is damage or injury. If the answer is yes, so the element is fulfilled. All of these three elements need to be fulfilled in order to prove negligence. At the same time, students need to give their reasoning for their answer. I will give a simple example to prove the first element, which is duty of care. For example, there is a proximity relationship between John and the hotel management because John is a guest of the hotel. As a hotel management, they have a duty to ensure the safety of their guests. Therefore, the hotel management have a duty of care to ensure John's safety during his visit to the hotel. Lastly, conclusion. As we discussed before, conclusion is a brief summary of the solution given. So, the conclusion of this case is, in conclusion, since all elements of negligence are fulfilled, John can take legal action against the hotel management.
These are sources of image and illustration that been used in our presentation.
This is the end of our presentation. We hope that this video can help non-law students to answer problem-based questions in future. Thank you.